Alright, let's do this game. I'm playing with Proeditor2009. So, he wanted to play a game where we both record ourselves talking about it. So he's gonna upload a video of him explaining his thought process. So, this opening I like to use a lot. I've been using it a lot recently. Against d4 and also e4, I play that knight move up to here to c6. Oh my god, it's lagging so much. Why is it lagging? I don't know. But I play that knight move there. Also against c4, I play the knight move. Against knight f3, play the knight move. Basically all white's main moves you can respond with this knight to c6. So he's playing that, which is a popular move. It's not as popular as some other moves like knight f3, c4, d5. Those are all more popular than this. But this is not a bad move. It just transposes into a different variation. Normally how you would get to it is white would play e4, then you'd play knight c6, then white would play d4, taking the two center pawns, and then black hits back with e5. So it's just same position with a different move order. Now okay. Well, first of all, it's just losing a pawn for free. I don't know, how am I going to take this? Am I going to take it with the knight? And then I'll do that. Then I can, yeah, I just take it with the knight. Will he play the queen out here? Then I can just drop the knight back, or play d6 and then knight f6. Yeah. Alright. So not only does it just drop a pawn, but it's too early to be playing pawn moves like this. I suppose if he wanted to play d5, say knight f3 here. Well, I mean, no, that's just not. Anyway, but this is just wrong. h4 is just wrong. Maybe he wants to play bishop g5, but then I'm just going to play bishop e7, just block it, or even knight f6 is just fine. So yeah, this game is a 10 plus 5, this is a 10 plus 5 game, so we each started off with 10 minutes, and every time we make one of our moves, we get an additional 5 seconds, so if you play all your moves in under 5 seconds, then you're not going to lose any time, because you get 5 seconds back every time. So instead of h4, which is complete, I don't know why anybody would play that, because it just loses pawn. Okay, so he made his move. So the main moves here are d5, which makes sense. You're kicking the knight, gaining more space. Take that pawn and then play f4, or knight f3. Oops. Or play knight f3 right here and turn it back into a Scotch game. So black also has to know about the Scotch. Okay. I don't know what he is doing with these pawn moves. When you're playing chess, you do not want to make these pawn moves early in the game. This A pawn and the H pawn. It's just wrong because you're not developing your center pieces. So right away I can probably contest his center, but first I'm going to bring the knight out like that and attack the pawn, then prepare this pawn to push forward. So this is how you take advantage of these weak pawns. You just have to be okay, well, this is a very common beginner mistake. They play these wing pawn moves to try and bring the rook up, but the bishop can just capture the pawn. And now he's got these two pawns. When you have isolated pawns are pawns that don't have any pawns next to them on the adjacent file. They don't have any pawns here that can support them, and they're also doubled pawns. Pawns one after the other. They're really weak because they can't support each other. So now I can just take, I can just take that, right? This is the only piece that's unprotected and I can just support it. Yeah, okay. So I'm already, this is just total center domination. This is what you want in your games. You want to completely dominate the center like this, and don't make moves like this. Don't allow yourself to be white here and just have pawns that are doing nothing. And he already has all of his pieces at the back rank. Like the big guys, not the pawns. Because the pawns, they're just the skeleton. The pieces are like the organs. You want your organs working. So, D5, what else? Well, I mean, okay. So what I'm noticing here is that, well, first of all, he's attacking my knight. So I should probably move it. Is there anything I can do instead? I don't really think so. There might be. Well, how can I get my queen right there? I can't really. Because I was thinking, like, somehow if this worked, he'd take it, go here, he'd go here. Oh, wait. Oh, no, he'd go right there. Okay, never mind. So I'm just going to go right here, and then capture that bishop, probably, and prevent him from castling. Because then he'll have to take with the king, and if you move your king, then you can't castle anymore. You completely lose the right to castle. Well, I mean, he also lost his other rook, so it wouldn't be like he could castle over there anyway. So why am I taking that? What is the reason for taking that? I guess, yeah, what's the reason? I don't need to take that. There is no reason to take that. So if I just let him take it, I'll take with a queen. Then if he defends with the king, then I can go right here. Then he defends with the knight. Well, at least I get one exchange back. I'll go for it. I'll let him take the knight, and then take the pawn, and then force him to be in this really strange position. Alright, so this is what I planned, and now he has to defend it with the king. So if he doesn't defend it with the king, then I'm just going to take it, or if he defends it with the knight, then I'll just take the knight, and then take the rook. So he has to defend it with the king. And then what am I going to do? Maybe I can push, and then push again. That would, maybe that would actually work. You know what? King here. So what I was thinking is here, knight here, whoops, knight there, take, take and then push. But this drops. And this drops. It's kind of a mess. Alright, so he just missed that this... I'm taking it with check. So he missed that. So now what? So that square is actually blocked off. So we can't go there. Now I could just exchange pieces into an ending. If I go right here, he could block with the bishop, and I could take it. Or here, blocks with a knight, I could take it and then do some. Just do this and castle. Yeah, I'll just play it simple. I'm just going to play it simple. If he goes here, this is instant checkmate. Okay, so let's do that. So, I'm just gonna exchange pieces, and bishop here will cut off his escape route, and then I'll be able to castle queenside, which will activate my rook, and I'll be ready to start prying this open, which is exactly what I need. So putting the bishop on the best square, cutting off his king right there. And then I'm going to castle queenside, and then castle queenside, and then here we'll start to rip open some files. Now we could keep it closed. So he's trying to run away right there. But that shouldn't work, so I'm just going to castle and try to open this file. And if he pushes past, then I can push again, and then he loses that knight too. So I'm castling queenside because when you have this kind of position, when you want this rook on the d file, it really helps to activate it faster. It also brings your rook over here. Well, I probably won't need this rook because I'm just going to blast this open right here. And if he takes, then that also opens this file, which will be used. So what can he do right now? Can't really do much. What's this? Spectating. So, yeah, I'll just have to see what he does, because, I mean, the material is already way better. So anyway, what I was thinking is if he didn't play c3 and instead defended this with his king, then I was going to push this pawn right here. Oh, actually, bishop here. Bishop here would have attacked my queen, because the rook would be protecting it. So maybe it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this, right? I mean, this must be the right move. So when you're in this kind of position, when you are up so much material and just dominating with their king in the center, you just have to go in full barbarian killing mode. So I could take his queen. It's probably fine. But I want the king. The king is a bigger trophy. But, I mean, I don't really see any... I don't even have any good checks in this position. So I'm just going to take the queen, and this will open more lines. for me to get through. So it's not that I'm taking the queen, it's that I'm getting in a better position to get his king. That's the important part. Maybe even take this thing so I can take the bishop, which will then... Actually, all three of his pieces are hanging. But the pieces aren't what's important. So now if I go here, he can block it. So I'll take this. Then maybe I have this right here. Checking right here. Or that right there. So again, I don't have many checks, but this should be an easy checkmate right here. Because when you just have a queen and a bishop against a king, there must be something there. And I'm not trying to get... Okay, well that's just checkmate right there. Because that bishop. Alright. Good game, well played. And... so I'll just do a quick overview of this game. So, opening... Alright, so the opening d4, knight c6, it has a couple different names. Then we transposed into this variation, and he played a couple strange pawn moves. And then this rook move, which you can easily capture. And then the knights, it's already just... And then misplaced some of his other pieces, and then I gave him that knight. But I just want to take a look at this real quick. Was my idea here right? I mean, the computer's just still going to say that it's winning, but I'm curious. King right here. So it does think, yeah, if I go here, then he has this. Is this too bad for white? I mean, too bad for black. Oh, look at that. Maybe white's starting to get some counterplay here? Maybe. So computer, exchange, and then just castle and be developed, right? Just castle and... yeah, he's not going to be able to hold on to this because you even have this coming up. Which is not going to be bad. So, yeah. So I should keep an eye out for that. Just exchange and just play it simple. I'm already a piece up in that position. So then just play it simple. Just exchange pieces. Just complete development. And win the queen. Win all the other pieces. And checkmate. So yeah, this is a kind of position where players would like to just capture every single white piece and not go for the king. But if you think about it, the purpose of chess is to capture your opponent's king and don't care about all these other guys. Just checkmate their king. So, thanks for watching, and his video will be up soon. I'll post his video in the comments.